Hello everybody, this is a short video on how to make a little homemade nursery if you're into growing seedlings indoors, like a vegetable garden, which is what I'm doing. I'm taking a swing at growing a little pepper garden, and I thought I would just show you what I did. So I kind of have evolved this as needed. I started off with this rack here that I already had, and I put some seedlings in some cups, and they actually sprouted and started growing. So one thing led to another, and I ended up with a whole bunch of them that are down here, and I'll show you that in just a second. So I had to kind of get away from the stack over there. It was kind of hard to circulate and get to. All I did was just took some spare wood and lumber and 2x4s and pieces that I already had, and I already had these desk cabinet things there, and all I did was put a extended panel on the top of it so that I had some room, and put a top on top of that. That didn't make a lot of sense, did it? What I mean is like a little roof kind of thing there, and the purpose of that is to attach the lights underneath, which looks like this. Got 3 different kinds of lights. And that's just because, as I said, I've been evolving this as needed, and tried a couple of different kinds of lights. These are LED. I'm going to turn them on in just a second so it won't be that dark. And then this was kind of my first attempt at adding some grow lights. There's 4 of them. Those are in a little makeshift board that I put together up here with some inexpensive parts. All of that probably cost me about $10. There's some regular screw-in light bulb sockets and some wiring stuff that I already had. Got our place here that we're using a power strip is more of a power junction, and then this is kind of important, a digital timer, because you want to have them go through day and night cycles and not constant light, although they say peppers can do perfectly fine with constant light. And what else we have here? We've got some sticky paper, some fly sticky paper. This stuff actually works. Show you that in a second. And I just use zip ties to attach these things here. Even use some twine for one of those. So not like a world-class effort here. I threw this together one evening last night, as a matter of fact. So here's what it looks like. We're going to turn it on. Maybe I'm going to put you down here while I do this. Buzzing. There you go. You can kind of see these are special growing lights. They're supposed to emit full spectrum and things like that. And there's a whole bunch of marketing stuff around them. Some people say you can just use ordinary lights. I'm not sure. You can see the little yellow sticky things there. I don't know if you can see this up at the top, but there's got one little, these are gnats that it's catching. This one over here has a whole bunch of them. Kind of gross. Once they get loaded up with them, I guess you replace them, but I have a whole bunch. You can see my peppers here. I've got some jalapenos, bell peppers in the middle there. I've got some Afghan hot peppers and some Tabasco. And then over here in the little seedlings that are growing, I've got some Reaper peppers and habaneros. And tonight I'm going to transplant those into these solo cups. Solo cups are great for this. I just stab some holes in the bottom, and when I water them solid all the way through and let it drain out of the bottom. So after we get these transplanted, it'll just be all solo cups. And after a couple more weeks, these will be ready to start going outside, and we'll do what they call hardening off, which is something I've never done. You can read about that. It's just incrementally introducing them to sunlight. This is really important here. This is an ordinary fan, but when you want to have that, because for several reasons. One, kind of keeps the gnats from ganging up too much on you, but it also circulates the air, and helps to dry out the soil, because you want the soil to be wet, and then you also want to give it time to dry out before you rewater it. So having a fan is really important. It also apparently forces the plants to become stronger, because they're having to resist the bending of the wind, and so they apparently their stems get a little stronger in the process of doing that, which is good, because that's what's going to happen when they're exposed to the elements. So there you go. Not much else to talk about there. Just wanted to put it out there so you can look at it. Feel free to leave comments or suggestions or questions, and we'll see you on the next one.